Hello, my name is Eduardo Mena, and this is my video presentation for the final project. I'm going to start showing you the functionality of this application and then answer the questions of the self-evaluation part. This is a movie application where you can find the description and the rate of the latest movies that are on the cinema or the specific platforms like HBO, Netflix, and platforms like that. Well, as you can see here at the top, I have this search bar where I can write some keywords, for example, black. And if I hit enter or click on search, then I'm going to see all those movies with the word black on the title. For example, Black Widow, Black Panther, Men in Black. So this part, the functionality is to look for some movies with those keywords. Also, for each movie, there is a card. That card has the title, the rate, and a little overview. This overview, you can see it if you hover on this card. Here's the title and that little description. For example, if I read the overview of Black Panther and I like that movie, I can save that movie to remember the name and maybe watch it in the future on the cinema or any platform. For that, I only need to click here on this little heart, and then it's going to be displaying here on my favorite space. I already have these movies. If I want maybe to delete all these movies from my space of favorites, I only need to click here again on that little heart, and then I'm going to stay with only the movies that I want. Here, if I click here on all, you are going to see the latest movies. But I also add some filters. Maybe if you want to watch a horror movie, then you can click here on horror and see all the actual movies of horror that are in the cinema or in the specific platforms. You can save them and watch them here on the favorite space. That's the basic functionality of my application. And now continue with the self-evaluation part. I put a 4 in creativity. Why? Because of the design. As you can see, this application has a good design. It is responsive also. If I click here, then you can see it's also responsive. I use that creativity for the colors and following some design rules. For exploring my environment, I put a 4. Why? Because for this application, I use an API to have all that data of those movies. I try to explore as many as I could that API, see the functionality and all the things I could do with it, and not only stay with the basic functionality, maybe displaying all those movies, but I also continue with the part of these filters to see any movie that you want of that category. The part of helping and learning from others, I put a 3. Why? Because I like to listen to different ideas of different people, but sometimes I prefer to work alone to be more concentrated on my projects. For the part of approaching design solutions for programming, I put a 4. Why? Because this project had planification. I started with ideas, then I select this idea. I continue with the wireframes, the design, and finally with the part of coding this application. The part of debugging, I put a 4. Why? Because as any developer, I had some errors at the time, but I solved them using this inspect tool and using this little space of the console here on my browser. And finally, well, the part of the developing and debugging HTML files, CSS3, and JavaScript. Well, I accomplished with that part. I put a 4. Why? Because the result you can see in my application. If I view this page, here is all my HTML. Here is all the CSS, the style I apply to this application, and also the part of JavaScript. I use the MVC pattern, so I can only see this part of the code of JavaScript, but here is all the code. As you can see, I have three files. This is the main file. This is a file where I work with the API and the part for the movies. I use objects. I also use the DOM for looking for some elements on the HTML, or maybe add some different elements like here with each card for the movies. I also use local storage, and well, on this file I put all the functions for that part. And I think that's all for this video, and I hope you enjoy it and maybe use my application in the future. Thank you.